Thank you for joining us on the program. I'm Jerry Bambi. The leaders of France and Kenya have given their support to calls by scientists for urgent action to be taken to address some of the world's environmental issues. And according to French President Emmanuel Macron, the world cannot afford to be in a state of denial when the opportunity to reshape the future of the planet is now. He called on countries to invest in renewable forms of energy in order to reduce their dependence on fossil fuels. The French leader made this known when he addressed the fourth session of the United Nations Environment Assembly, which has been held currently in Nairobi, Kenya. Ruth?
That's right, Jerry. And at this first One Planet summit on the continent, French President Emmanuel Macron formulated a barely veiled attack on China's coal-fired power plants. He proposed a climate commitment that goes hand in hand with respectful partnerships.
And we have our journalist, our colleague Eric Otengo, who is still there for us in Nairobi, bringing us the latest. Eric, good morning to you, and thank you very much for joining us on the program. So the last day of the UN Environment Assembly. Good morning to you, Eric. How are you, though? How has the conference been going?
Well, the conference has been going on. Scientists have come up with their research findings and made so many recommendations. So looking forward to what the assembly will bring out today.
Today, yes. Today is the last. Absolutely, Eric. Today is the last day of the UN Environment Assembly. A lot has been said and done, and yes, we've had the One Planet Summit. So, what makes this year's summit unique from previous editions?
The Nairobi Summit is unique in so many ways. At least this time, the conference was hosted outside of Africa and Europe and United States. So it highlighted Africa's climate leadership with particular emphasis on renewable energy and protecting the biodiversity that we have, ensuring that we adapt to climate change very well, and as well ensure that we are resilient. So the Nairobi Summit brought together heads of states, as you mentioned, the French president, the Kenyan president were all around. Private sector players were there, international donors, entrepreneurs all came to tell the world what they are doing in helping Africa combat climate change. So this is even critical considering the fact that a recent intergovernmental panel report stated that Africa has to do more in combating climate change. So this time, Africa really took center stage at the One Planet Summit. So I'm sure our leaders will move quickly in finding solutions to the problems that confront the continent in terms of the environment, because we are the worst affected region in terms of the effects that climate change is having on the planet.
And Eric, what did Presidents Andry Rajoelina and Felix Tshisekedi do at the One Planet Summit?
Yes, if you consider that the DRC and Madagascar are two countries with some of the best rainforest and wildlife habitats on the continent. So it was important that they also give their views on what can be done to address some of the environmental challenges that we are being faced on the continent. So Andry Rajoelina, as we said, called for radical measures to halt the depletion of habitats that sustain our livelihoods. He called on his peers to help businesses to reorient the way we produce and consume in order to cut down the pollution and destruction of the habitats which we depend on as humans. DRC's Felix Tshisekedi, on the other hand, noted that renewable energy is the way to curtail environmental degradation, because without it, the continent will suffer a lot. He added that initiatives by individuals and organizations on the continent should be given the necessary funding so that they come up with solutions that can save the environment from the adverse effects of climate change.
Interesting, Eric. And do we have any major deals or agreements that's been made so far? We hear there is a pledge from the World Bank. Could you tell us more about this?
Yes, Jerry. The World Bank is a key player when it comes to this One Planet Summit. And the bank pledged a little over $22 billion so that Africa can use this fund in the areas of climate adaptation and mitigation for the next 5 years. Because this that they gave is more than double their already existing commitment on climate-related projects in the last 5 years. So this support builds on the ongoing climate business plan, which has already delivered almost 176 projects for climate resilient development in Africa. The bank noted that a number of countries in Africa are among the most vulnerable to global climate shocks and stresses.
Well, let's hope that this goes a long way in addressing the issue. Eric, a long week it has been with you. And, well, we're looking forward to having you back with us. The summit comes to an end today. I'd like to thank you very much. This is how much we can take. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jerry.
Eric Oteng, Africanews journalist, there for us in Nairobi, where he has been giving us the latest news from the United Nations Environment Assembly, the fourth one. And just yesterday was the One Planet Summit, which was held for the first time on the continent.